Hello, good day guys. So Dr. Two Auto Fix, we have a Toyota Highlander which the customer complains that it takes a bit of fuel. And I'm here to diagnose it today to share the experience with you guys who are my audience on how to troubleshoot a car that takes too much fuel. And I've treated this very topic a lot of times in my channel, but most people are not so much concerned about it. But I treated the topic in variety. It's about 10 symptoms why your car takes too much fuel. So today, based on those teachings which I have actually teach you guys before, we're going to verify if those teachings which I teach about 10 symptoms, about 14 symptoms reasons why your car takes too much fuel is actually pliable or applicable in a realistic solution, because sometimes people can doubt a lot and ignore what you said. So the first thing I'm going to be doing here is to go ahead and OB the dongle, which you can see it right there. So for your car make and model, you need to find where it is. So the next is to put on the ignition, and I put on the ignition. You can see that there is a check engine light there. So that check engine light shows that the ECM is aware of the problem that's currently plaguing this car. Then we have a check engine light, we have a tire pressure sensor, and we have a traction control issue, ABS. Now we have a warning triangle. As you can see that this customer have a shoot, the gas tank is actually filled, but he noticed that his car is taking quite significant amount of fuel than normal. And if you look at the infotainment here, it's also showing the same thing. We see they check SRS, the driver's side is open, which is actually true, and check the ABS, check the VSC, but it's not going to report to you if your car is actually taking too much fuel. So one of my secrets which I often teach you guys is to go through the tailpipe and take your hands and dip inside it and see if you're going to be getting some lot of carbon soot or one carbon soot, which can be signifies simply telling you that your car is actually running richer than it's supposed to. You shouldn't be getting a lot of carbon soot on your hands as soon as you get your hands into the exhaust. That is my simple test when this kind of situation. But if suppose you don't want to do that, I can teach you how to be able to do it with your computer. So let's get to it, and I'll show you step by step. So after plugging that here to my scanner, you can see it's connected. So let me scan it. So here we go. So I'm certain this is going to be North America, automatic detection. Okay, this vehicle didn't come with a smart key, so it's without smart key. So this is 2008 Highlander 2J FRA engine. So let's go ahead and take a look at automatic scan. Why I want to do automatic scan is because there could be some other interference outside the confines of the ECM that is creating a problem. It could be in the AC system, it could be in different sections. So right now, let us just wait for it. In less than 3 minutes, in less than a minute, it should be done with scanning the control modules. Then we start analyzing it and take a look at it and see exactly what the problem is prior to too much fuel consumption on Highlander 2008 model. So we have less than 30 seconds right now, and we should be done. Okay, so we have occupant detection issue, we have cruise control issue. When there is ABS problem, there's going to be cruise control issue. TPMS, I already showed you guys that one, which is flashing right there, which is there. So maybe one of the tires is overinflated than the other. Now let's go into the main thing here. Let's go into the ECM. It has 3 error code. Let's take a look at it and read the error code. Yes, read the error code, and you can see right there that's the problem. So this customer is correct. The car is having a cylinder misfire, and this very cylinder misfire is enough to make the car to take too much fuel, because there's going to be a loss of power, and the ECM is going to be burning mad, sending more fuel than normal in order to be able to compensate for the energy loss. So let's go back and check other systems. Check the ABS, see if there is other information we're going to see there. Okay, we say malfunction of the engine control system is current, low power voltage also can cause it. Then we have the malfunctioning current. I want to go back a little bit more, so we check some of the systems more. Okay, we have ambient, we have open circuit in the AC pressure switch or trinary sensor. Then we have circuit of ambient history and current. So this AC system will definitely not be working. So let's go back and clear the error code and see what we're going to find right there. We're going to clear this error code off. Okay, now sometimes it could be a random error code, but if it's stored in the ECM, the engine is going to be misfiring. Okay, so the SRS thing seems like as if it's just a normal random error code. I have actually done it, but right here on the infotainment it's still saying to check the SRS. What about the ABS? The ABS also has gone. Maybe they just did some service on the front leg and it didn't actually work out. So So the only problem which this car have right now is the AC, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. So now you guys can know that most times when you have error code that is in your car interface, electronic control module interface, is going to be making the car to run more richer than normal. So you go ahead and clear the error code and let the ECM get it right there that very cylinder is not having a problem. But before we go, I would like to start the car, then we take a look at it on the live stream data and see that very cylinder 5 misfiring that is actually talking about. We're gonna monitor it through the live stream data. That's a lot of people, a lot of places, places that people don't often like to go, especially most technicians. And I've actually known that most Toyota cars, when they have a bad ignition coil that is not completely bad, it's going to be making this car to misfire, and it might not through error code. Why? Because it has not reached out to the threshold parameters. So go ahead and plug the fan. Plug the fan. Okay, the car has started the car. Now there is something which I'm seeing here which is a bit of a concern. You're seeing the temperature here. The temperature gauge is just below the normal. This car was driven to this place. It shouldn't be at that very point right there. So which means they have removed the thermostat. If you remove the thermostat, the ECM is going to be adding a bit of fuel more to compensate for that very cold sequence, open loop sequence that is going to continue. So the best advice on that is to replace your thermostat and let the needle gauge stay at the middle and not below the middle. That is the second thing which you guys might not be able to see. Like I scanned it right now, we're not seeing it, but the ABS has actually gone. The tire pressure sensor is there because maybe one of the tires is overinflated. Now let's check the SRS. It's still saying to check the SRS maybe, or something that has not been well identified there. So let's go through the live stream data and see what is going on in those cylinders and see which of them. If the cylinder 5 there that was misfiring previously is just a random error code. Why is the guy there worrying me, man? Don't tell me price, allow me. Just say the call. So you can see the coolant temperature sensor around 56 degrees Celsius. So telling the engine that the engine electronics that operating temperature. So let's go on seeing these cylinders and see which one is misfiring. That may talk an exhaust inside the exhaust that person. Okay, numbers of cylinders. I want to see. You get water. Put them on the upper side where water no dey. So I'm trying to see it. Why is it not showing all the cylinders so we can be able to monitor it? And okay, let's go ahead and do custom selection. I can feel a bit of the misfiring there. There is a misfire on this very car. It's not revving smooth, and so definitely the error code which we just cleared right now on the cylinder 5 most often times can be due to bad spark plug, due to bad ignition coil. Ignition coil are most often times the culprit in that regard. This car is revving terribly, so it shouldn't make a vibrating noise when you step on the gas pedal. However, I'm combing the whole place here trying to find each of the cylinders so I can monitor them independently and know why this is happening. Okay, here we go. There is a misfire trigger counting there, but it seems like there is no any cylinder misfire. You guys can see right now. So let's graph all this ones here. Let's graph it. So cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm gonna add it in the custom. So we're gonna see it here. Can you guys see it right there? So that is why you can't find the error code there. It is giving a 7 count here on the cylinder 5. I have seen this a lot of times in Toyota. So if you didn't watch this very video, you will feel that your car is okay. Yeah, your rev's good and all that. Now you saw it disappear. You saw it. Watch the cylinder 5 again when I step on the throttle pedal. It gets to 12 misfire and stopped. Let's focus on that very cylinder. Look at it right there on the ground right there. Look at that. So it's supposed to maintain a constant 0 readings, and so it's a whole lot. That is the reason why this car is taking too much fuel. So let me go again and let's take a look at cylinder 3 and cylinder 5. Okay, I want to do that custom. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh. Okay, we want to only cylinder 1 and cylinder 5. We want to compare the data. I want to compare it on the graph. Why is this graph not showing to display or... Okay, now that is a very good one. So we can see cylinder 1 and we see cylinder 5. So let's rev the car and see what happens. There is a spike on 5 and the 1 remain constant. That is how it's supposed to be. So you can see that cylinder misfire right there. However, on the instrument cluster, there is no check engine light. So what really happened right there is that the ECM, the cylinder misfire has not reached the threshold parameters which is supposed to reach before it triggered the error code about the cylinder misfire, and that is the reason why the ECM haven't set an error code concerning that very cylinder. But the reality there is that the cylinder 5 is misfiring, and that is a typical sign of a defective ignition coil. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very tutorial here. I'm going to be calling this a wrap, and we'll have confirmed that the car is actually taking too much fuel. It's not just a moderate fuel, it takes too much fuel. So guys, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to share this video, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.